What's going on, drivers? Welcome to Trucking with Old Snapper. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. But wouldn't you know it, I finally have a load that is meant to go on an SSD, specialized step deck. It took me a month. It took me 4 loads of lumber, 1 load of insulation, 2 loads of pipe. What else did I haul? Oh, I hauled some scissor lifts, bunch of junk. It took me a whole bunch of loads of junk. But wouldn't you know, I finally got a load that belongs on this trailer. It's a Cat 938 front end loader. Of course, it's got the forks and the bucket. But this is what this trailer is used for. As you can see, the slide outs, the plates come out, they lock in down on the bottom, and then you drive the wheel loader in there. It drops it down to a legal height of 13.6. I am oversized because I'm just a little bit wide, but not by much. I mean, just barely wide. My weights are good. 71 thousandths my gross. I'm well under. But this is what this trailer is designed for right here. Now, to be honest, most of these loads, I think if not all of them, probably come out of North Carolina. I think there's another plant in Illinois that does them too. But I don't know if there's enough of them to justify having, you know, a full-on SSD fleet. But hey, I don't run this company. It's not my call, you know. I think if they limited drivers that lived in the areas where they pick these up at, that would probably be more sufficient. I know when I loaded this one, there was 4 other drivers in there picking up some also. And I loaded this at the end of the day yesterday. Like, I was within 20 minutes of them closing up over in Clayton, North Carolina. So there's no telling how many actually loaded throughout the day. They might have loaded a bunch of them, hell, who knows? But I know they also load these onto SDs, which is our low pro steps. And I think with an SD though, it is still over height a little bit, because I'm 13.6 with this one. And I measured this first pocket right here yesterday with a friend of mine who had an SD. And I want to say it was 3 inches. This pocket right here dropped it down 3 inches lower than his SD. So 13.6. So if he was on an SD, it'd be 13.9, 13.10, you know. Still legal in most states, over height than some, but still legal in most states. If they had turned that bucket, because they could have put that bucket back there a long ways and it wouldn't be sticking out. But I think I would still be oversized from the tires. Yeah, just a little bit, maybe an inch and a half from the tires. Now they have specific instructions not to let the air out of these tires. So you can't drop your load down any lower than what it is. It is what it is. Now, I saw other SDs loaded. I want to say I was in Illinois. So it may be the way they load them there. They may not have came out of North Carolina, but they were loaded the other direction. They were drove on forward. And the bucket and everything was sitting up top on the upper deck. There were 2 of them unloaded at a Caterpillar that I was at, and that's the way they were loaded. But in Clayton, they were driving all these on there backwards. So I don't know if them guys were just loaded themselves wrong that day, or if that's just the way another plant does it. Maybe one of them Wylie guys will drop down in the comments and explain why some of them are loaded on forward and some of them are loaded on backward. But over in Clayton, they load for you, so you don't have to do any of that. They do it all for you. I was able to put my tandems together. I don't have to run in a split axle, which is great, and all my weights are good. I'm pretty well evened out. Well, there you have it, drivers. Finally, Old Snapper hauls a load that is meant to go on this trailer. Now, I talked to another driver who's had one of these trailers for 2 years, and he said he's only done it maybe 6 times in 2 years. So I don't think it happens very often, but when it does, it's pretty cool to see it. It's pretty cool to see how it works and what the purpose of it is. I'm sure these trailers were very expensive. I'm sure there could have been other options, maybe, you know, some RGNs or something like that probably would have been much cheaper than these trailers right here. Not only that, but when you load regular stuff on these trailers, sometimes the forklifts tear these plates up. One of my plates, the one that goes right there, so it'd be this one right here, they had to weld on it. And this one here, it's broken on the edge as well. And that's from the forks going in when they're picking up lumber. You know, it tears it up. So I mean, these trailers are just not meant for trash loads, but you gotta haul what you gotta haul sometimes. I mean, it's the only thing around. It's better than sitting, right? It just sucks when you start getting them back to back like I was getting them back to back. I was beginning to wonder if we even hauled equipment anymore. I was hauling so much of it, you know. So got my tarps up there where they belong. And if any of you guys, excuse the wind out here, if any of you guys are in a trailer and y'all keep y'all's chains right there, we're not allowed to keep anything else in that spot right there. We have to keep our chains there. You see how it's got a little bit of a crack? Really got to watch it, man. Them chains like to vibrate off in there. I had another edge protector right there, but I ended up having to use it. And it was one of them cardboard ones like I got on the other side right there. And then the wind caught it whenever I was breaking down one day and I lost it. I need to get another cardboard one to put right there. I don't want to put one of my good plastic ones right there. So I just been keeping an eye on it and moving it whenever I stop. Now I'm in beautiful Tennessee. I'm parked on a pay lot. Of course, we got a couple Porta Johns over there. You got to pay $15 to stay here. You can't even get in here without paying. But that's where I'll be tonight. And for those of you that watch my channel on a regular basis, y'all already know on Sundays or Mondays, normally one of the two, I hide a little goodie bag. I stick a few dollars in it. I stick some merch in it. Normally something I bought out of the truck stop. I'll put it all together and I hide it somewhere. And probably be doing that tomorrow. I'm thinking of stopping in Jackson, Tennessee and hiding it there. That's one of my favorite places to eat barbecue. So I think I'm gonna hide it there. Probably gonna stick $100 in there. So whoever finds it, it's gonna get dinner on me, a few dollars to spend in the truck stop and some goodies. That short will be coming out tomorrow right after I do it. So stay tuned and keep the eye out for that. Now this is a picture I just had to add to this video right here. I'm gonna voice over this picture. Now this is one of my loads previous, obviously, to the one that I got. When I picked this load up, they were so particular about this pipe. Like I had to strap it. I had to put that paper down. I had to tarp it. Everything had to be done indoors. They told me it could not even be outside tarping it. It couldn't even be exposed to the wind and the sun, right? I get to where I'm delivering this. They have me untarp it outside, take my straps off of it, everything. And you see that pipe back there in the background? That rusty stuff that looks just like this stuff? All right. They take it off of my trailer and they put it on the rack back there. And I'm looking like, what? It turned out my pipe was the only shiny pipe in the entire yard. I asked the guy on the forklift unloading me, I was like, this stuff don't have to be protected or anything? He said, oh no. He said that stuff will sit out here for the next 6 or 7 months before we use it. And we have a process we put it through to shine it back up and everything. It's not really that big a deal. We ain't worried about it. And it just shocked me because of the way the shipper was so meticulous. Like, I mean, you should have seen it. It was wild. I see some crazy stuff out here. I've seen them pull wood and steel out of the mud and throw it on the trailer and ask me to tarp it. But this right here just kind of threw me off. It was like, huh? You got to be kidding me. They acted like I was moving surgical equipment. But hey, that is what it is. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, we are all family out here, even if we can be a little bit dysfunctional sometimes. If you see me, say what's up. Y'all take care, stay safe, and keep trucking.